I'm going to show you how to create an Apple Dock navigation style menu system. Say you've got a menu, could be in your header, your footer, could be anywhere on your page, desktop, mobile. When you move over these images, by the way, these are images, can you see we're getting that fluid, grow, and small? And if I hover over one particular image, can you see that the ones to the left and right are also slightly bigger? This is really easy and simple to do, and I'm going to show you how. Let's not mess around. I am using Elementor Pro. We have got a bit of CSS and we have got some JavaScript. You can use this with other page builders as well. You may need to tinker with some of the syntax, use AI to help yourself out. So we've got a parent container, nothing fantastical going on here. There's no extra class, there's no extra CSS. This just holds the JavaScript code and the subchild container, which is over here. And this subchild container holds the images. Now I'm going to come back onto the subchild container in a moment. Let's just jump straight to the images. All of these images are WebP. They're quite small, 6 kilobyte, 4 kilobytes. They're just images, but the important bit is that I have not set the width or the height for them inside of here. And when you go to the advanced tab, there's no custom CSS either. All of the sizing we're going to do within the CSS. So we're going to say, what is the standard size? And then what happens when you hover over it, and what happens to the items to the left and right of that as well. But you will notice that we do have a class name over here called doc-icon. Now we are using images. When I tried to do this with SVGs, there was a bit more work required, so I've just resorted to using images. Even though it says icon in the class name over there, it is an image. So pretty simple so far. Parent container, and then we got a subchild container, and then we have images, and they all are called doc-image. Now the subchild container that holds the images, that is currently set to be a row. I've justified things to be in the center. You can see what would happen if I hadn't done that. And I've also aligned them to be in the center as well. What that means is that when I hover over the items, and by the way, you won't see it until you go to preview, when you hover over them, they stay in the same horizontal line and they grow forwards. Let me remind you, if I go to the Slack icon, when I hover over it, can you see it's still in line? Some of the items would have moved a little bit to the left and right to accommodate the fact it's grown bigger, but it stays in that line. If, however, I had set that subchild container to be aligned items to the top, now all of my images are aligned to the top. So what will now happen is it will still grow, but it will now curve below. It will curve downwards. Look at this. Look, can you see the movement we're getting there? It is still fluid, but now rather than just growing on the same line, it grows below. So obviously, if I was to now set this to be end, now the images are aligned at the bottom, so they will grow upwards. So it will now grow in a curve upwards. So look at this. Look, can you see that? So depending on what kind of presentation you want, I quite like the center one. You can go and change it out. So let's pop that back onto center. Now the minimum height here is 70. When we get onto the CSS, you're going to understand a bit more. But what I've decided is that I want this subchild container to be 70 pixels in height. By the way, in the advanced tab, there is no margin or padding. And there's also no class name as well. Right. If we go down to custom CSS for the subchild container, that's when we get to see the CSS. And this is where I set the size. So the standard size for all of these images is 35 pixels in width and height. I've got 0.2 seconds transition. You can make it quicker or slower. I don't recommend making it too slow. And aligning display. Over here, this is the size it will grow to as a maximum. So doc icon level 0. This is the maximum it will grow to. We're going to go to 60 pixels in width and height. So you start off at 35, and then the maximum it will go to is 60. And that is why I set the minimum height of my subchild container to be 70. So if the maximum it was going to grow to was 100, I probably would have set my minimum height for my container to be 110. There's no rule as to why I picked that. Why didn't I just go for 60 as the minimum height or 61? I just wanted to be a bit careful, so I set it at 70. Now we then have some other levels. So we have level 1, which is 45, and level 2, which is 40. Let me explain. If I was to hover over this icon here, it would grow from 35 to 60. The icons left and right directly of that particular image, they would grow to 45, 35 to 40. And then to the left and right of them, so another level removed, and then we go over to this image and this image here, they would grow from 35 to 40. Because if you just grow the middle one, it will feel like it's just been pushed out. And I felt to make it feel like more fluid, like a wave, I wanted to go for the one you're hovering on, the ones either side of it, and then the ones either side of them as well. And that's basically all you got to do for the CSS. Now, you will notice down here that when you get to the mobile, I've accommodated the fact I want it to start at 25. The maximum is 35, but then the two levels between when it goes from the smallest to the largest are 30 and 27.5. Go and tinker with it, mess around with the values, play around with it, preview it, and you'll understand. So I have accommodated for the fact that you do get a different sizing kicking in when you go to the mobile. Now let's come on to the important bit, the HTML. It's just dropped into a HTML widget. I've put it in the parent container rather than the subchild container. And you do not need to tinker with anything you see in this code. Just leave it as it is. I mean, you can see it's accommodating the level 0, which is the maximum, the level 1, the level 2, and all of that. That's all you got to do. And now when you preview it, you're going to get that lovely Apple dock navigation. So you could stick this in your header, your footer. You could stick it somewhere on your page. I'm sure you could manipulate this code to make it work with SVG icons as well. There is a way to do it, but it required a load more steps. I hope you enjoy that. The link for this code is in the video description. For the CSS is in the video description, but the actual JavaScript will be a link. Just click it, copy and paste the code, and away you go. I'm Imran from Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon.